Hi Pisces, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Pisces, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week this week, you've got the Hierophant card. So this could be the work, the boss, the profession, the institution in some way, shape or form. Remember, the Hierophant card sees you interacting with things or institutions that are bigger than you. And very often as well, like if you take all of that out of it, sometimes it can literally talk about your religious and or spiritual practices, but it's usually like the physical and or dogmatic energy of those things rather than like the spiritual. I mean, there's an interesting debate as well to talk about, because you know, when you think about things like the whirling dervishes, when you think about things like yoga, when you think about things like Tai Chi, they're all very physical, but they have a spiritual element to them that is awakened through that physical. It's like ritual, you know, in the pagan circles, like when you go really deep into your practices and they become integrated with your everyday experience, something else opens up as a result of those. So this week I would invite you as well to think about what you do on a regular basis and what that actually says. Maybe thinking about your day-to-day habits and routines, maybe thinking about what you give time, power and credence to. All right, so if you are a continued subby, you know I love you for it. And if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. All right, so your foundation card is the Death card. Endings, culminations and completions. Something this week is coming to an end, and you may feel this. It might hit surprisingly. It may be you choosing to end something surprisingly. Like there's a sense here as well, especially because you've got the Hierophant card, like there's an end of an era somehow. So it'll be interesting to see how this shows up for you guys. So for your actions and options, you have the Six of Swords. This is moving away from challenging times, maybe moving in general, but it could just as easily be some sort of a message that comes from overseas. With the Six of Swords, definitely. The Six of Swords as an actions and options card, this could be you needing to travel for some reason. Maybe you're being called upon, maybe you're being asked to assist with something, maybe you are considering what your options are. In some way, shape or form though, this does suggest that you will either be considering travel plans or maybe called upon to travel. If that's not possible where you are, it may be that you are called upon for some form of assistance, and it may be for some of you as well that you're having to interact with a governing body somehow, and it could be for any reason, you know. For your communications and conversations, you got the Ten of Cups. That's lovely. This card has actually been quite active this week. And specifically in this position, believe it or not. So I think communication gets a lot easier this week for everybody, but especially for you. You have this right underneath the Hierophant card. This could be, excuse me, this could be some sort of recognition. Excuse me. This could be some sort of recognition, but it could just as easily be some kind of result. Maybe you're you know, maybe you've gone for some tests and this is where you get some good news to say like you're in the all clear. It could be, you know, all kinds of things like that. It could just as easily be a promotion, or maybe you're being entrusted a new project or a new set of duties. Whatever it is, it makes you truly happy. For your for those of you that work for somebody else, like I said, promotions, new responsibilities, but it's not like a, oh, you know, now I have to do this. It's something that actually feels like a progression for you, which is great. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, This Ten of Cups really suggests that you could be bringing something home. You're bringing something into your business. You're welcoming in a new people, a new influx of clients with the Hierophant card there. This could be a new contract with a big organization of some kind, which would be really great. It looks like it's going to be a lot of work, and I have to say that to you. There's no slacking with this, right? If you've seen the August 2021 Taroscope that I put out, the title of that video is literally no winging it. Like, if you try to wing it in the month of August, it's going to bite you in the arse. You've got to show up with the goods, but the results are absolutely there for you. For those of you that are retired or no longer working, this is great news. It looks like somebody's getting married, and it looks like you're being invited to it. I think this is going to be wonderful for you. I really do. For your love and relations, you've got the Emperor card. So with the Hierophant card in close proximity, there's definitely news of a marriage this week, right? I don't know who this is or who it's going to be. It might be somebody overseas. That's definitely possible. It could just as easily be some good news about a windfall from somebody overseas, which could be great. But yeah, it looks like you're hearing of a marriage this week, which is, I think you're going to be really chuffed about. For those of you that are single, you've got this with the Six of Swords, right? So if you are meeting somebody, it's going to be on your travels, but on your travels through your work. If you're in a place where you're in lockdown and travel is not possible, one of the ways that this could come up is maybe you have a meeting with an international, maybe a meeting with a boss, or, you know, with new people that you haven't seen before, and one of them takes your fancy or you take one of their fancies. Like, it's definitely possible, and this is really nice. For those of you that are married, partnered, or in relationships, this is you getting over a challenging time. With that Ten of Cups in close proximity, this is you guys finally looking out in the same direction together. But this is about you taking the lead. It's about you sort of doing what needs to be done. Maybe you're doing the hand holding. Maybe you're, and this is the thing as well, Pisces is actually quite a strong sign. It just doesn't flex its power, so it's not known for being strong. But it has an internal strength about it. But this week you might need to demonstrate that external strength in some regard. For your money and materials, you've got the Moon card. So, okay, it's not a great card, but it does suggest that you might be addressing some of your past challenges, hurts, or ills when it comes to money. How do you think about your finances? How do you manage your finances and your resources? Underneath the Ten of Cups, this could be you formulating a very big goal for yourself. Maybe you want to buy a home. Maybe you want to build a home. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is you getting really clear on what those goals actually are or might look like for you. When it comes to, this is actually your card as well. So, you know, tap into your own innate psychic awareness to see what opportunities might be around you that you're not seeing at the moment when it comes to your money. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this card represents your feet, your ankles, and especially your internal waters. Usually, specifically, this card pertains to your lymph system. So this week I would advise you to definitely do some exercise, to do some physical movement. The reason I say that is because your lymphatic system doesn't have a pump. Like your circulatory system, like your blood, it's got your heart, but your lymph system has nothing. It relies on physical movement to be moved around your body. If you feel sluggish and you feel like you might just be getting sick, exercise really will be the key this week. I'm not a doctor. I can't give you medical advice. You know, obviously you always defer to but you know how it is. And then finally, for your home and environment, remember the Moon card can be confusion. And so this is right underneath the Ten of Cups. You might be confused about something this week. Maybe something is bittersweet. Maybe you're happy about something, but it needs to be adjusted. Maybe there's a lot of work to be done on the home this week. Either which way, it looks like there's a new cycle beginning in some regard. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.